the second game of opening night. It went down across the street from us. Steph Curry and the Warriors taking on Luka and the LeBron-less Lakers here in this one. LeBron missing his first ever season opener. Second quarter here, the Warriors leading by 7. Curry catches it in transition. He was a little slow to start this game, Chiney, but he caught his rhythm a little later.
That's what you like to see. Jonathan Kuminga passing the ball, assisting Steph. Easier plays being made, but come on, that's a dime right there. Easiest looking basketball.
That two-man game, they talked about it after, having a whole preseason together, being able to feel each other out just a little bit more. But Luka Doncic, we never thought it was going to be an issue, Brian, him getting his.
No, he looked great coming into this season, and he looked great in this game.
Luka, step back 3, nails that one. He had 22 points going into the half. He would finish with 43, but the Warriors perked too much in this one. So let's go ahead to the third here. The Warriors up by 4 here. Curry, Butler, we've been talking about their game and their chemistry.
Oh, look at that dime. Look at the cutting. I mean, look, training camp, preseason, don't take it for granted. They hopping off. Look at that's the old Warriors. Right? That's the Warriors. Look at all the movement.
Backdoor layup there. Curry is pumped, and then under 4 minutes to go. Buddy Hield was huge in this game, Brian.
Look, when Buddy Hield shoots like this, the Warriors are going to win. You can count on it about 10 to 15 times a year.
That was a vintage third quarter there from the Golden State Warriors. And then Butler drives and lays it in. By the way, he finished with 31 points. He was a perfect 16 of 16 from the free throw line, and, just a little Curry flurry to end this one. Nails the deep
He did him a
three.
favor and didn't do the night-night. That was just a nice little favor.
The Warriors go on to win this one 119-109. Yes, but in my group chat, I said night-night.
No
at that
kidding.
point.
And rightfully so.
Jimmy, we mentioned he's perfect at the line and route to that team high 31. And check this out. The Warriors, they averaged the 4th fewest free throws before trading for him. They've averaged the 3rd most since then. They also went from the worst free throw percentage to the best after trading him. But did you know they have a little wager going on about what's happening at the charity stripe? Take a listen.
I got a bet with I don't think it's a bad bet, but it's kind of a bad bet. With Dre, that I got to shoot a better percentage than number 30 on our team. Yeah, right? Ooh. Yeah.
That's the first time I'm hearing it.
Do you think it's plausible?
No chance.
I mean, we're talking about one of the best free throw shooters ever. You wouldn't take that.
Bad bet.
Eric Spoelstra once yelled at Jimmy, I always knew you were crazy. This backs it up.
Scott Van Pelt, this is going to end up on bad beats. We know that this is going to end up on bad beats. But
Steph is the greatest free throw shooter
of all time.
91%.
I'm not asking if you're...
I love the confidence, though.
Yeah, the confidence he's stepping in with.
I love it.
Yeah, love confidence leads to lost bets.
I'm not asking how impressed you were with Jimmy's decision-making there, though, right? I'm asking you how impressed you were with the Golden State Warriors overall.
I was impressed overall with Jimmy, Jonathan Kuminga, but most importantly, that light-skinned brother with the green eyes. Yeah. Man, did you see him? Steph, gravity. Check him out. Attacking down here, drawing 2 defenders right here. A little kickback, bounce pass to Draymond. All of a sudden relocating, drawing more attention, having Luka leave his feet, which opens up a cut for Gary Payton II, and now he's snatching the screws out the rim. Now check this one out right here. Steph again. This little hold-up screen. Because he demands so much attention, it's miscommunication between Gabe Vincent and Luka that gives Jimmy, out of the 2-man game, a wide-open drive to the basket, and now he's going to the free throw where he was perfect from the line last night. That 2-man game, along with Steph making plays that don't show up in the stat sheet. When you talk about making guys around you better, that was a prime example right there, what I just broke down.
And after what I just broke down, it was a great breakdown there, Perk. Well done. Excellent work. But when I was talking to Jimmy after the game, he said it helps when you just have a clear pecking order. We know who the number 1 guy is on this team, and it's Steph Curry, and I am here to figure out a way to help. But, Chomps, it's more than just on the floor that we're seeing this leadership here from Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler has found his leadership voice on this team. He's got his fingerprints all over it. It started, of course, this is his first year, but it started with the team minicamp he had, players only, in San Diego before training camp. And then you see everything he's done going into this year. Stephen Curry, we know he's quiet. Draymond Green is Draymond Green, but what we're seeing now is Jimmy Butler do what he did in Miami, which is last last season, second half of the year when he got there, Brandon Podziemski elevated his game. Now he's taking Jonathan Kuminga under his wing. And there were moments last night, there were moments in preseason where Jimmy Butler would literally direct Jonathan Kuminga what to do, when to be aggressive, when to take advantage of. If a Luka Doncic is on you, go take advantage in this moment. And I spoke to Jonathan Kuminga last night as well, and he said, the game is slowing down for me now more than it ever has. And we saw with the passing, the rebounding for him, and his relationship with Jimmy Butler, that growing relationship, and he's really embracing playing with him and Draymond and Steph. We'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah, and I want to take that between you two because, Malika, you talk about the pecking order. We know it's Steph, then we know it's Jimmy, but I love the Jonathan Kuminga angle because the Warriors, they looked like this was a business trip, and they got there because they finally handled their business with Jonathan Kuminga, and now he's bought in. That was the biggest thing. A certified third option who gave you 17, 9, and 6 assists. You talk about the passing, Shams, second most in a game for Jonathan Kuminga. Those assists, because that will unlock the Golden State Warriors. That is where they shine. Their assists, spreading the ball, spreading the rock, having that system. If he can engage in that in the highest level, this is someone that you believe can really help your squad.
On the other side, Luka Doncic put up 43 in this one. That's the most in a season opener by a Lakers player since Kobe Bryant in 2007. He had 45. So here's JJ Redick on who could have maybe helped Luka a little bit.
It's hard to forget about LeBron. The reality is when you're focused on the group that you have, you got to make that group work. So it's sometimes you can just be like, oh my God, we're going to get LeBron back at some point. Like it's awesome, but you are focused. I'll be honest with you. I did have one moment in that first half when we had a few possessions we couldn't score against the zone. I'm like, it'd be great to have LeBron just to throw it to at the high post.
Just sort of look down at 40,000 points.
Or you look down his bench and see LeBron sitting in his very high seat and almost called on him to get in the game. Maybe not, but clearly they're missing LeBron. He's out for at least a couple of weeks. So how do they build on this without him, Brian?
Yeah, look, so let's be fair. Like, if you're missing a Hall of Fame player, you're going to feel that situation. You know, when you watch the Thunder play and the Rockets ahead of them, and you look at players 4 through 9 on those rosters, those are awesome support staffs. You look at what the Warriors had last night, the support they had. You look at the Lakers 4 through 9, that's when you get a little worried. You know, in this game, you had Luka and Austin Reeves. They combined for 69 points on 60% shooting. And look at what they did when you include the assists. That support beyond LeBron, and you just don't know how many games you're going to have LeBron for this year. Let's just be honest. That's where this is a good team. And with LeBron, it has the potential to be a great team. But that 4 through 9 group, the Lakers are behind on that. No matter what you want to say, they're behind on that compared to their other Western rivals.
Yeah, but okay, you don't have LeBron, but then that's when, JJ, you have to max out the guys that you have. And last night I watched a team, right, that looked unprepared, right? Too many back cuts, didn't look like they knew what they were doing offensively. The spacing was not correct. And so a lot of this is like, JJ, you're going to have to level up as well. Like, you want your players, Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, to elevate their game, even Luka, and he did that last night. But, JJ, on the sideline, it's time for you to get deep in your bag.
Part of LeBron James sitting there watching and observing, but then also now taking the time to get into basketball shape, get into the proper conditioning, is watching and seeing and realizing that he needs to be LeBron James, the All-NBA top 15 player, if this team is going to be competitive toward winning a home court, getting to the playoffs and advancing potentially. That's how they need him to be. And I don't know how they can withstand a decline in this someone that's going to be 41 in a historic 23rd season.
Here's the hope, right? You got a lot of production from your backcourt in Luka and Reeves, but you don't have those playmakers to get the other guys good looks. LeBron James may not necessarily have to be All-NBA to help his supporting cast, who Wendy has outlined is, below par compared to some of the contenders. And then secondly, I really believe that the Los Angeles Lakers, they have to get the most out of DeAndre Ayton. Like, you went all in. Luka said, I need a center. This is an opportunity with LeBron out to just go out there and try. And to me, he has to play with more force. I think he only had 10 or 11 points. I know it's the first game. People are getting their jitters out. But that's someone I'm going to watch to see if he's able to shine, because that's what Luka needs. He needs that rim maker, protector, all of the above. And DA has to be that guy in a big, big way. Even
when LeBron comes back, that's what the Lakers need. They need him to be a man. What Michael Malone say? A grown-ass man. In a deep Western Conference that's stacked with bigs. Talented bigs. Like, all that timid stuff. And, nah, man, put your feet in the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Keep them feet hot, like you said.
Yeah, ruffle some feathers.
For the Los Angeles Lakers, they are going to need to continue to tread water without LeBron. Tomorrow, though, we're going to have another doubleheader for you. We have a rematch of the NBA Finals, Thunder Pacers, the Nuggets, and the Warriors. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, Shaq, they are going to be back to tip off our coverage at 6:30 Eastern.